It just feels terrible. Just couldn't get things going on offense. We had ample opportunities to capitalize, and we just didn't get it done. So it's just a horrible feeling, man. Horrible.
Having nobody played well, the offensive line allowed 11 sacks. How much responsibility do you guys take for where the offense is?
We take responsibility for those 11 sacks. We just have to play better. There's no excuse for it. But we come into work every day. We work hard. We put our best foot forward. And right now we just...
Big Blue faithful, let's talk about a seismic shift for our New York Giants. Evan Neal, once the golden boy of the 2022 draft, is at a crossroads. His switch from right tackle to guard has got everyone buzzing. Could this be the move that saves his career? This isn't just about one player. It's about the future of our offensive line and our team's shot at glory in 2025. Neal's journey has been a roller coaster, and the stakes are sky high. With training camp just around the corner, all eyes are on whether he can flip the script and become the cornerstone we hoped for. Giants news is heating up, and we're diving deep into what this means for Big Blue. So, what's the deal? Can Neal harness his raw talent and finally deliver? Stick with me as we unpack his struggles, his potential, and what this position change could mean for the New York Giants. Drop a comment. What do you think of Neal's move to guard? Let's rewind to 2022 when Evan Neal was the talk of the town. Drafted 7th overall out of Alabama, this guy was supposed to be a slam dunk pick for GM Joe Schoen. At 6 feet 7 inches and 350 pounds, Neal's size and athleticism screamed franchise tackle. Giants fans, we were hyped, ready for him to anchor our line for a decade. But reality hit hard. Neal's first 2 seasons were rough, to put it mildly. He struggled with play recognition, hand placement, and his stance, making him a liability on nearly every snap. In 2023, he had the highest pressure rate among right tackles at 15.5% with at least 250 pass block snaps. That's not the stat line we dreamed of. Big Blue. It wasn't just bad luck. Neal's performance led to him being benched after the Giants signed Jermaine Illuminor in 2024. Injuries to the offensive line gave him another shot, but the question remains: can he turn potential into production? What's your take, Giants Nation? Fast forward to the 2024 offseason, and Neal's career was on life support. After barely seeing the field last season, the Giants declined his 5th-year option, leaving him in the final year of his $24.6 million rookie deal. That's $7.8 million on the 2025 cap, about 2.7% of the team's total, and no guaranteed future. Talk about pressure. But here's where it gets juicy. The Giants decided to shake things up, moving Neal from right tackle to guard. Why? His footwork, a major issue at tackle, matters less inside, where his massive frame can dominate. It's a gamble, but one that could redefine his career. Think about it. Players like Mekhi Becton revived their careers by switching to guard. Could Neal follow suit? Training camp is his proving ground, and Giants fans are holding their breath. Are you optimistic about this move? Hit the comments. Let's talk OTAs, where Neal started turning heads. For the first time, he's playing guard full-time for the Giants, and early reports are promising. Facing our stacked defensive line, think Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns, Neal held his own. That's no small feat, Giants fans. His size and power are perfect for guard, where quickness is less critical than at tackle. Coaches are raving about his progress, with offensive line coach Carmen Brasillo saying Neal's picked up things well inside. That's the kind of talk that gets us excited for training camp. If Neal keeps this up through July and August, he could lock down a starting spot and maybe even earn a contract extension. Imagine that. A comeback story for the ages. What do you think he needs to do to secure that role? Let's hear it. The Giants' offensive line has been a sore spot for years, and 2024 was no exception. Our boys gave up 253 quarterback pressures, the 5th most in the NFL, with an average time to throw of just 2.73 seconds, 10th shortest in the league. That's a recipe for disaster, and we felt it. Enter 2025, and the line's still a work in progress. Starters like Andrew Thomas and John Runyon are solid, but depth is thin, especially at guard. Greg Van Roten, at 35, played every snap last season but gave up 7 sacks. Neal's youth and upside could be a game-changer here. With a brutal 2025 schedule ahead, The Giants need their young players to step up. Neal, at 24, has the potential to outshine Van Roten and solidify the interior. Do you think he's ready to take that leap? Drop your thoughts below. Let's zoom in on the guard battle. Jon Runyan, at 27, is locked in as a starter after allowing just 2 sacks last season. Greg Van Roten, on the other hand, is a veteran on the back end of his career. Neal's competing directly with Van Roten for the right guard spot, and it's a fight we're all watching. Neal's got the edge in youth and physical tools. At guard, he can lean on his size to bully defenders, something he struggled to do at tackle. Spring practices showed promise, with Neal taking reps with the starters while the team managed Van Roten's workload. Training camp, starting July 22nd, is where this battle heats up. Every rep, every drill, every preseason snap will shape Neal's future. Giants fans, who do you want starting at right guard? Let's get that debate going in the comments. Why move Neal to guard? It's not just a desperation play, it's strategic. At tackle, Neal's footwork and technique were exposed against speedy edge rushers. At guard, he's in tighter spaces, where his 350-pound frame can overwhelm opponents. It's like unleashing a tank in a phone booth. Coach Carmen Brasillo is the mastermind behind this transition. He's been hands-on, helping Neal adapt to the nuances of guard play. Neal hasn't played the position since his freshman year at Alabama in 2019, so this is a big adjustment, but the early signs are encouraging. If Neal can master the mental side, reading defenses, picking up stunts, he could become a force. Giants news is buzzing with optimism, but it's up to Neal to deliver. What's the biggest challenge he faces at guard? Share your take. Let's talk big picture. The Giants' offensive line could be the difference between another 3-14 season and a playoff push in 2025. With a loaded quarterback room, Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, and Tommy DeVito, the line needs to give them time to shine. Neal's not expected to be an all-pro, but he needs to be reliable. Stay healthy, show growth, and give the offense a chance to function. Last season's injuries, like his ankle surgery that sidelined him for 2024 training camp, can't happen again. If Neal steps up, he could anchor the line alongside Andrew Thomas and John Michael Schmitz. That's the kind of unit that gets Giants fans dreaming of January football. Are you buying the hype, or is it too soon? Let me know. Training camp is make or break for Neal. Starting July 15th for rookies and July 22nd for veterans, the Giants will open 11 practices to the public. That's our chance to see Neal in action, battling for that starting guard spot. Every snap counts, and the pressure's on. Reports from minicamp suggest Neal's adapting well, holding his own against our vaunted defensive front. If he can carry that momentum into camp and preseason games, like August 9th at Buffalo or August 16th versus the Jets, he might just lock down a role. Giants fans, this is where legends are born. Neal's got the talent, but does he have the grit? What do you want to see from him in camp? Hit the comments and let's talk expectations. Let's talk numbers. Neal's $7.8 million cap hit in 2025 is manageable, but with no fifth-year option, he's playing for his NFL life. A strong season could land him a contract extension, maybe even with the Giants. A weak one. He's likely out the door as a free agent. Compare that to Van Roten, who's a stopgap at best. Neal's youth and upside make him the better bet for a team looking to 2026 and beyond. The Giants' offensive line needs stability, and Neal could be part of that foundation. What would a successful season look like for Neal? Fewer pressures, consistent run blocking, and staying healthy. Giants fans, what's your benchmark for him? Share below. The vibe around Neal is shifting. Posts on X from last season showed flickers of progress, like Art Stapleton noting Neal's solid reps in December 2024. He's lost 10 to 15 pounds of fat, added muscle, and worked with a personal chef to get in peak shape. That's dedication. Big Blue. Coach Brian Daboll's on the hot seat, and he's banking on Neal to help turn things around. With a new quarterback in Russell Wilson and a rookie like Jackson Dart waiting in the wings, the line has to protect. Neal's role could be pivotal. Are you feeling the optimism? Or is it too early to trust Neal? Drop your take in the comments and let's debate where this is headed. Let's zoom out to the Giants' bigger picture. The offensive line isn't just about Neal, it's about Andrew Thomas, John Michael Schmitz, and new additions like Marcus Mbao. But Neal's transition could be the X factor. A strong interior line changes everything for our offense. Training camp will show us who's ready to step up. Neal's not guaranteed a starting spot, but he's got a real shot to outplay Van Roten. If he does, we might finally see the dominant lineman we drafted. Giants fans, what's the one thing you want to see from our O-line in 2025? Protection, run game, both. Hit the comments and let's talk strategy. Alright, Big Blue, it's time to wrap this up with a bang. Evan Neal's move to guard is a high-stakes gamble that could reshape our offensive line and his career. Training camp is his stage, and we're all watching to see if he can deliver. The Giants need him, and we need the Giants to trill to rise again. What's next for Neal and our Giants? Stay tuned for more Giants news as we count down to training camp. Drop your predictions in the comments. Will Neal be a star or a bust? Like, comment, subscribe, and share this with every Giants fan you know. Let's keep the Big Blue fire burning.